Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. She builds my spiritual toolbox. If you are new, hello. Welcome to the channel. And today is Sister Share Sunday. And today, you remember I told you in my very first video that I will be sharing bits and pieces of my spiritual journey with you, the ones that God tells me he would like to share. So this part, this story time, as I said, it's a story time, is about my teaching experience, what has led me here. And y'all, I didn't know this myself to today. I have never known the answer to this question to today. So y'all, as you see, the title is Passion for Christ. So in my teaching journey began in 2015. I always bucked against it. I've been having my degree since 2011. I just did not want to teach, y'all. So what led me there was all the wrong reasons. I wanted weekends off and holidays off, and I needed health insurance. So that was that was the bulk of why I went into teaching, not because it was something that I wanted to do. I didn't want to do. I didn't want to do it. And because I didn't want to do it, I kind of half did it. You know what I'm saying? I did enough just to get by. So between 2015 to 2019, as I began my spiritual journey, y'all, God kept putting me in the baby room. So for those that don't know, I am a preschool teacher. And you have something called early start and you have something called regular start. So early start is the baby room. It's from 6 weeks to 2-year-olds. And I couldn't understand why God kept putting me for 5 years straight back into this baby classroom. So, me and my auntie would joke about it and she would laugh. And I kept saying, Auntie, I feel like the smell of the diapers be stuck in my nose. Like I take it home with me. Like the smell doesn't go away. Because that's how much I'm changing diapers day in, day out. So y'all, it doesn't matter where I went, because I had switched jobs a couple times within those 5 years. And it never worked out for me. Even when I would put in to be in a regular classroom, it never worked out. I mean, I had got the position. And come to find out, the person that they had put in the baby room didn't have the credentials to be in the baby room. So therefore, they had to switch me and her out. Back in the baby room. I was in the regular class for 3 weeks. There's that number again, y'all. 3. I was in there for 3 weeks before I was back in the baby room. So I kept asking I was like, God, me and my auntie, was talking about it. She was like, maybe it's something God trying to get you to learn, trying to teach you. The reason he keep placing you back in that baby room. So I was like, God, what is it? You want me to learn patience? I mean, I need to be more humble. What is it? It's not clicking for me. I can't connect the dots. And the thing is, y'all, I wasn't gonna connect the dots because I wasn't spiritually intertwined. Like deal was doing up here. I was definitely spiritually disconnected. I was clocked out. I'm talking about all the way clocked out. So I'm asking God this question, but if he did give me the answer on a spiritual level, I don't even think I wouldn't be able to interpret because I was just out of reach and out of I wasn't in relationship with God to receive the answer in a way that I was asking. So y'all, when he gave it to me today, I was like, now all these years, I never did know the answer to it. I never knew. Me and my auntie never could figure out why he had me. He would place me in a classroom. Y'all, guess what? He told me he had me in the classroom 5 years, y'all. It took me 5 years. He said he had me there, just like, the babies have developmental stages. They have skills that they have mastered. They need to master. And if they haven't mastered, sometimes a certain amount of skills, especially if they're 2, they won't be able to move into the 3-year-old classroom. So you have skills that need to be mastered, that need to be developed before they can move up. So God said, I could put in you, as I said, when it's in the natural and spiritual, they tie in together. Y'all, he would put me in it because, y'all, I haven't grew spiritually. I was spiritually in my infancy stage. And he kept putting me there 5 years because I wasn't developing the skill that he needed me to develop. I wasn't developing the way I needed to develop so that I could move up spiritually. So therefore he kept placing me in the infant room to learn something. And y'all, guess what it was? He wanted me to develop passion. He wanted me to care about what I was doing. He wanted me to love what I was doing. He wanted me to enjoy. He wanted me to give my best. Y'all, I didn't tap in, like I didn't tap into my teaching, my passion for teaching to 2020. But so between 2015 and 2019, I say at the end of 2019, 5 years, y'all. 5 seasons, y'all. 5 wasted seasons. I kept being put back in that infant classroom because I wasn't developing the way God wanted me to develop. I wasn't getting it. So therefore he kept putting me in there to get the lesson. And let me tell you, even when I thought I had found the way out, guess what? Like I told you, switched right back into the baby room. I only had 3 weeks in the regular classroom because it was something he needed me. He said, I needed you to develop passion for what you do. I wanted you to care. I needed you to care about what you do. Because one thing about passion, y'all, passion drives. When it did happen, and I tapped into my passion for teaching, I was exhausting myself for it. I'm taking my work home with me. On Sundays, I ain't in the church. Guess what, me? In the schoolhouse trying to prepare a lesson and get my classroom together because I want my children in myself to have a smooth week. I like smooth transitions. So part of having smooth transitions is having your classroom prepared, having everything that you need laid out for small group, and all that jazz. So on Sundays, y'all, I was so passion driven that I was in there on Sundays for hours. Like I go in at like 12 p.m. and me and my the other teacher just be leaving out at nightfall. So y'all, the learning and the training didn't stop in the classroom. We had specialists and we had trainers. I would take books home with me and just read them and just study them and and just educate myself because I wanted to be I wanted to be fully equipped to carry out my classroom. And I wanted to be equipped so that my children will have everything that they need. I didn't want them to lack anything. And that passion, y'all, and when passion drives you, you get active. When passion drives you, in other words, passion is action. Like, you gonna be full force, y'all. I was full force. I was out for my teaching, y'all. I'm talking about from the class decorating to buying stuff for my students to hang in there. I went all out. So, I was all about my children, their whole being, not just their education, but their social and emotional needs. So what was driving all of this was my passion. And at the time, and I'm going to tell you this, passion and purpose are intertwined. And the reason why I was passionate about doing because it finally clicked that what I was doing, the children that had been assigned to me, the parents that had been assigned to me through this class, what I was doing, the work was meaningful and purposeful. So therefore, it drove the passion in me. And one thing about when you're driven by passion, you're not gonna quit. Let me tell you, because y'all, me and the CA was bumping heads. Like, we were not getting along at all. Like, I was like, oh my goodness, I'm going to lose my job. Like, I'm going to quit. She is testing testing the God in me. Like, I feel like I'm going to lose my spirituality over this woman. She is just trying me. But y'all, I never quit. I did never quit. Because you know why? My passion to teach, and my passion for my children and my classroom, to get them everything they need to make sure that they are equipped and school ready for the next year. That drove me. So I wouldn't quit, because I felt like my children needed me, and it's hard to find good teachers now. And I'm not saying that I was one of the best teachers, but I knew, because of my passion, I gave my best. And if I'm giving my best, my children are going to receive everything that they need to. So God said, I need to develop some passion in you, because when I call you, and he knew, because he's all knowing. Of course, he knew that I was eventually going to answer the call. So when I did, he wanted me to have passion built up for anything that I do, that I would give my best, that I wouldn't quit. Because the thing about, when you lack passion, you half do stuff. You don't give your all. You don't care. You don't love it. You do enough just to get by. And I tell you, I was only working to get health insurance. In the beginning, the first 5 years, I was only there to get the insurance. I used to tell them, I'm just here for my paycheck. Now, I ain't mistreat my babies, but I did, like, when it came to paperwork and activities and stuff, no, I did just enough to get by, to get my check and make sure my insurance and my sick time and all that were lined up. But when that passion kicked in, and we were butting heads and stuff, my passion wouldn't let me quit. It actually teaches you endurance to me, because it's like, you so passionate about it, you just gonna take it. You're not gonna quit because you passionate, like, I'm finna make this work. So God was saying, this is what I need. When I call you to do the work, I need you to be passionate about the work, because it's people that's gonna be assigned to you, just like those children was assigned to you. Their parents were assigned to you. You're gonna have people that I have assigned to you. And I need you to care. I need you to have a passion for me. I need you to care about my business, about my work, and see it as purposeful and meaningful. Because I need that passion to drive you. Now, y'all remember when I told y'all when I got caught on fire? I'm forever tell y'all about that. Y'all probably tired of me. But let me tell you, at the time, I just didn't put the word to it to today. But that fire was passion. That's what God mean. We gonna set us on fire. Passion, y'all. Because with teaching, I didn't see the meaning. I didn't see the purpose in it until I got a passion for it. And the passion was driving the purpose. Like, it gave me... Is like I said, they go hand in hand together. Kind of like with Jesus on the cross. Like, he knew the pain that he was going to have to endure. He knew the suffering that was going to take place. And what drove him was his passion, all the way to the cross, all the way to the grave. It's just like missionaries, the people that are going to do missionary in the places that cannot worship God. They can't speak of God. They're on a mission. They know it's a possibility that they could lose their life over this. What's driving them to do that? And they can die over it. Their passion for God. And one thing about passion, when you're passionate about something, you devote it. You're going to give your all. Like when I told you I was exhausted, I was exhausting myself for for my classroom. When that fire got on me, that passion got on me for that classroom, yeah, I was exhausting myself. So in other words, why wouldn't I exhaust myself for God? You get what I'm saying? So when that passion, that fire, that burning happened, I was in my word. I was praying. And how does passion come about? How it is developed. Just like it took me 5 years to develop passion for teaching. In those times, God was building something in me. I just didn't know. Because when it caught me off guard all of a sudden, like the passion, but he had been building it throughout those years, and then it clicked. So it's the same thing in God. You have to cultivate it. You have to build the passion up. So now it's like, how are you going to cultivate it? practice. When I got back into practice, for as practicing, getting in my word, practicing back in prayer, practicing praise and worship, I got back into practice. I got back into those spiritual habits to help cultivate my passion. And when it caught me, y'all, it coming like it's a situation. Like I told you, the situation did happen or whatever, but that also played a part, helped fuel the passion even the more. So God wants you to be passionate. He wants you to have passion for him. So sis, my question is, do you have passion for God? If you don't have passion, then try to get to the root of why not. And those 5 years, what he brought to me today in prayer was my insecurities. I've never really just spoke about them just out, but those 5 years I was insecure. I was insecure about my knowledge of God, and I was fearful of speaking of what I didn't know, because I feel like I don't know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? And then at that time, my sister and my cousin and stuff, they was more spiritually mature than me. Keep in mind, God keep putting me at this time. God keep placing me back in the infant classroom. Like I was in my infancy stage spiritually, and God wasn't gonna move me up to I develop what I needed to develop to function, to move up. And let me tell you about that. Remember, I told you at the beginning of this story that I kept applying for a regular start, or if I would get the position, I always ended up. I could not move up even in the natural, because I wasn't getting the lesson, y'all. But as soon as I got it. Like right now, I didn't know I had got it, but God knew. The year that I developed passion and I cared about the work that I was doing, that I saw it as meaningful, that I saw it had purpose, that it had value, and that I would do anything to make sure that my children are being equipped for be school ready for kindergarten. And then, y'all, the next year, guess what? I didn't even put in. I just got moved up to preschool. I just got moved up. So it was the same thing in God, y'all. I finally learned my lesson, and that's what he wanted me to share with y'all. Y'all, I didn't even know that was in my toolbox. I didn't even know that he had added this to my toolbox today. And that was that fire. Y'all you need passion. Passion needs to be part of your spiritual toolbox. Some of us have had the passion, and it died out. You need to rekindle. Find out how you can rekindle it. I'm telling you how you're going to rekindle it. I can tell you. Practice. Get back into practice. First, you think about your life. So one thing that can keep us, like I said, is certain things in our life that can rob us of passion. My insecurities robbed me 5 years for passion for God. I didn't have it. And like I told you earlier, I was insecure about my knowledge of him. So I would kind of tap out and be like, well, I don't know. Like if they ask questions, like we was in our meetings or whatever, I'd be like, I don't know. I wouldn't even try, y'all. I would just throw it all to the ground and just tap out. And it didn't help that sometimes I had people be like, they won't even clap her hand in church. Or, they went to church. Comments like that. Or, they ain't about to go. So they already saying I don't go to church. They already saying, I just sit there and I don't praise God when I come. So I clocked all the way out. Like I was clocked out. I was tapped all the way out. So like I told you, I was spiritually disconnected. I didn't have no spiritual lenses. I was spiritually dead. If God was saying something to me, like I told you, if he did, I would have missed that, because I wouldn't have been able to understand it on a spiritual level. You get what I'm saying? Because I was lacking intimacy with God. I was lacking passion for God. Because when you passion for something, you're gonna I put it like this: when you're passionate about it, like I said, it's gonna drive you. You're gonna want to know everything about it. You're gonna be happy. You're gonna be excited. Matter of fact, is a verse, Romans 12:11-13, where it's talking about the excitement of with the passion, we have passion. It talks about the excitement that it gives you, and it talking about the Holy Spirit as a glow on you, y'all. I know that passion. I know the excitement. Like, I didn't want to do the YouTube channel because, I wasn't comfortable. But that's another thing about passion. When you passion for God, it pushes you past your comfort zone because you just want to please God. You got a passion to serve Him. You have a passion to please Him. You have a passion for what He's doing in the earth, the Great Commission. You don't got a taste of him, his goodness, and you want to share it. Like me, I'm on a YouTube channel. Like, I want to share with you the resources and things that he has shared with me. I want you to experience God for yourself. I want you to get him for yourself. So that's why this channel is here to provide you with the tools and everything you need. Sis, add that tool, that passion tool to your toolbox, your spiritual toolbox. It is very important. It is vital that you have passion. Like I told you, I stayed in the same place for 5 years because I lacked passion. I didn't care. And how can God use you when you don't care? So don't let past drama, whatever happened in your childhood, don't let unforgiveness, excuse me, y'all, don't let you choosing to partake in sin, a lack of repentance. One thing you can't do is say that you got a passion for God, but yet sin still rule your life. It just don't connect. Because one thing, sin keeps you in darkness. God is the opposite. He is light. He is the light. So you can't be saying, oh, I got a passion for God. No, the passion is rooted in God. Like I told you, when I got set on fire, when I got back into practice, you have to build a relationship. You have to be intentional about your time with God. And like I said, get back into practice. For those that had it and it died out, why? Get to the root. Why did it die out? What God showed me to pay attention to the details in your life. One of the details of my story was why he kept placing me back in that classroom. Why could I move up? What is it did you want me to learn from this, God? What is you trying to develop in me? What is it you trying to strengthen in me? What is it that you're trying to plant in me that I need for your service and for your glory, that'll be all honorable to you? And it was passion for me. He needed me to be passionate because, like I said, he knew that I was going to eventually have answer the call, and he wanted me to care. He didn't want me to half do it. Because one thing in those years where it was people connected to me, I had students assigned to me, which means their parents were assigned to me. And in the years that I lacked passion, that mean my children lacked, because I didn't give my best. So they didn't receive everything that they could have to make them equipped. So when God assigned you to people, and like I said, this is all about discipling. This is all about wildfires. Whatever this fire is burning me, this passion, God hopes that whatever you hear, that it'll catch you on fire. And like I said, you will go and catch somebody else on fire by what you share, the mouthpiece. So you got people assigned to you, and if you're not passionate about what it is you're doing, then the people you are assigned gonna lack what they need to equip them to go out into to disciple the people. God wants people that are gonna be passionate, that will die for him. Because look at Christ. Look at if you look in the Bible, really, all throughout the Bible, it was driven. People was driven by the passion for God to do what they did, despite the fear and all of it. It was all due to the passion of God. One thing, like I said, when you got a passion for something, you're not gonna quit. When you got a passion for something, even no matter how bad it gets, you're gonna stick to it. And passion is powerful, it's influential, it's contagious. Passion is contagious. I remember looking in 2020, I tell y'all, when I was looking at them Bible study essentials, and the joy, the excitement, the passion the girls had, the women had for studying, and the way that they talked about God. I wanted some of that too. So, I went and got me some Bible dictionaries and some sticky notes and highlighters. I wanted some of that what they had. So it's contagious. And remember, we are put here in the earth to be influenced. Passion is used also as influence. It is power in passion. And the thing is, I found some and I know God have a reason for all this. Y'all, one thing I've always been a writer, so I always write down dates. And lately, in the last 2 weeks, I've been found like old notebooks and stuff from throughout the years, in my spiritual struggles, in my clocked out seasons, where I was literally begging God, like, what is my purpose? I'm asking him, like, I want my life to be meaningful. What is my purpose? Is it this? Is it that? Y'all, one thing about it, when my passion for God, when I got set on fire, that it birthed purpose. My passion helped me understand the purpose, what I was created for. So when you have a passion for God, it is attached to your purpose. You understand what he's trying to do here in the earth and you want to be a part of it. Like, y'all, it was just so profound to me today. And I hope what you are seeing, like, I hope that it's something that can help you along your spiritual journey. I hope it's something that you will add to your spiritual toolbox. But I feel like it's for somebody, because I know it was for me, but I feel like it's for somebody else. See, if you don't have no passion, tap into it. Ask God, what is it that I need to be doing, or what is blocking me for having the passion for you? Because I know that is something that I need in my toolbox. That is something that I need in order to do the work in which you have called me. Because who wants somebody that's not passionate about their work? And one thing about it too, y'all, once I got passion, I'm gonna go back to my story about my teaching. Once I became passionate about teaching, and when I left that job, me and my husband had moved up to Kansas, and I haven't had I didn't have the position yet. I haven't even applied yet, but yet I was still practice on my lesson plans. I was still educate myself. So even though I didn't have the position just yet, the passion was still driving me to equip myself for the work for when I would get the job. So that passion drives you when you even out of position, when you don't even have the position yet. Passion will drive you to still do what needs to be done, just in case. That preparation, to be prepared, like God said, like I'm telling you, that battle axe always ready to be used. And passion is one of the things that help keep you sharp. If you look at my last video and it says, "Sis, stay sharp." Passion gonna help you stay sharp, because it's gonna drive you. Your love, like I said, passion. When you passionate about something, you are devoted. You are driven. You would give everything. You exhaust yourself. Like I said, I was exhausting myself. I was excited to give those lesson plans. I was excited to do those activities with my children. So, hey, why would I give God any less? So, I remember when my sister started her Bible studies a couple months ago. And when she first started, y'all, she would do like 3 a.m. Bible studies, 2 a.m. Like, y'all, you had the cold sacrifice. You know, I ain't gonna lie. I told you I like to sleep. So having to get up at those hours, but what drove it was that passion. You get what I'm saying? You wanted to do that for God. You wanted to sacrifice that for God. And I remember I was studying what she would give us to study for those hours, but I was also working. But God also give you personal time, things that you need to study for yourself, for your walk. Like he said, we are to be trained to hold stuff that's for your personal walk. So I was studying day in and day out. As he said, you were to meditate on his word day and night. Y'all, it was day and night. I was exhausted. I was so exhausted. But I remember telling my sister and my cousin them that, but I would exhaust myself for God over and over and over again. They were passionate. I would exhaust myself. When Jesus went and met the lady at the well, his trip was like a 3 or 4 day trip. He was exhausted. He was tired. It said he was weary. But yet because he was passionate about the ministry. He was passionate about what he was doing. He already knew what he was passionate about it. And he went there and he still ministered to her in his exhaustion because of his passion. So y'all, passion is powerful. I tell you again, passion is powerful. Passion is something that we need to have to endure the work that God has called us to do. Passion is something that's gonna keep us in the race. It's gonna keep us in, like he said, he has started a good work in us. That passion gonna drive us to keep doing that good work. That passion gonna help us to stay the course. It gonna help us when we're challenged. We're not gonna quit. We're gonna persevere and go through it. So that's what God wanted today. If he wants you to have passion for him. That's why it's called passion for Christ. So my question is to check yourself. Do you have passion? Do you have passion for God? And if you got passion for God, you will know. You will know. So you even have to ask your question like, do I have passion for God? Then, like I said, look in the details of your life. That what he did, he helped me to look in the details of my life today. Like I tell y'all, all this time, I'm trying to figure out why he put me in the baby classes. He just revealed it to me that today. I never knew. I never knew that that's what he was doing. He was developing. He needed me to develop passion. Like I said, he wanted me to love what I do. And I do love what I do. I love serving God. I love serving people. I love spreading the gospel. Like I'm excited. Like I said, and I'm gonna put the scripture in a link with Romans, and then in Psalm 69. Well, if you look at the Psalms of David, isn't nothing but David expressing his passion. But in Psalm 69, when he said David, he says, passion for your house consumes me. Consumes me, it overtakes. Like it consumes you, it sucks you up. And when that passion for God, that's literally how it sucks you up. Like you just wanna, it consumes your whole being. Like it really, like that fire, it really set a supernatural fire that continue to be fuel if you will allow it to continue to be fuel. So like I said, for those that don't have it, get it. Add it to your spiritual toolbox. For those that had it and it went out, throw some fuel on it. Throw some wood on it. Get it back burning, because God needs you to burn for him. He needs you to burn from him. He got some work that he said has to do. And ministry is not easy. For as like it comes with some thing. One thing, like I said, like he told the lady at the well, he said that we wouldn't thirst anymore. He never said that we wasn't gonna have hurt or we wasn't gonna have hardships. So that comes along with the work that God has prepared for us. And you're gonna need passion to drive you on days when it's most difficult. So you won't quit. You're gonna need passion to drive you when you want to quit. But because you're so passionate about and you believe in what God's trying to do here in the earth, and you know what you purpose to do, what you were created to do, passion is going to drive your purpose. So that's all I have for tonight. For you guys, what God showed me. Like I said, he just shared it with me today, and I shared it with you. So thank you for chiming in to Sister Share Sunday. I hope you heard something that was beneficial to you in your spiritual walk with God. I know it was fulfilling to me on today. And you guys go and be blessed and stay prayed up.